Hello everybody, welcome to Biloxi, Mississippi for the first race on the Offshore Super Series inaugural series here in 2004, the Smokin' on the Sound in Biloxi. It's a whole new year for offshore racing. OSS is promising to be the best yet. All the big boats are here. We only have 4 classes, but we have 30 boats in attendance. All the producers of OSS have done a great job since early on this year putting this whole series together. Elaine Middle, Paul Whittier, Todd Welling, Bob Teague, Billy Moff, Tom Abrams, Ben Hedrick. Everybody that's been involved has done a great job so far, and they've really worked to put on the best series possible. All the casinos in Biloxi have really pushed to have this race, and they've all put up all the prize money to pay everybody that's come here already. We've already had our first 2 races, and they've gone off without a hitch. In the Super V class, Adrenaline Racing, number 18, was the winner. Second place was the Switch, number 99. In third place was number 7, Lucas Oil. In the Super V Light class, Wildcard took the win, followed by Imco, and Hocus Pocus was in third. In the Supercat Light class, Team CRC number 7 was the winner. Second place went to In Motion Again and Again, and third place was the number 27, David Bryan Jewelers. Moving on now, we're going to be covering the Supercat class. All the big boats getting ready to go. Biloxi looks like it's going to have a lot of flat water here, maybe a little bump on the ends of the course. Here's one of our Supercats now. This is the JEM Companies Limited, Jay Muller and Grant Bruggeman. Here's some of Donna Visconsi's equipment for the Team Popeye. The Ray Squeegee's entry, the number 60 Supercat Light boat of Paul Whittier and Jim Richardson. The Dirty Duck, brand new MTI. Run by Slug Hefner and Matt Rice. National Marine Instigator, one of your Super V entries. Nichols Offshore, Gary Nichols out of Orange Beach, Alabama with a 39-foot Sism, number 57. Here's Adrenaline, one of your Super Vs, your winner. There's Team CRC, your winner in Supercat Light class, 39 MTI, Mike DeFries and Jeff Harris. There's JD Byrider, a new 40-foot skater with Chuck CC power. Bob Bull's CMS. Ray Delaney's 39-foot Phantom Fury Super V entry. Instigator National Marine now in the water, the number 22 boat. There's David Peterson's Black Pearl Super V entry, number 16. David Peterson and Gary Easterling. Ken Doyle's 39-foot Phantom number 10 Super V entry. There's your winner in Super V Light Wild Card, Will Ross and Larry Fontecha. Here we are at the start of supercat class. Early on, it looks like it's going to be a really good race. Flat water here, lots of boats getting ready to go. There you see Reliable Carriers right in the middle of your screen. Got to be one of the favorites in this race. WHM on the outside. And there's JEM Companies Limited, number 6, Jay Muller, Grant Bruggeman. Very even start here in the beginning. Boats spreading out. Long first straightaway before they get to the open ocean here. Deer Key in the background. Biloxi behind us in the helicopter here. Long straightaway, really get the legs stretched out on these big cats. Early on, it looks like WHM's got a slight advantage, but Reliable's pulling up quick, along with Popeye, Dominic Visconsi, and Jim Dyke. Also right in the mix, the number 12 entry, Pro Marine, John Tomlinson, Todd Warner. 4 boats here heading out to the front of the pack early on here in Supercat class. Offshore Super Series in Biloxi, the Smokin on the Sound 2004. 4 very evenly matched boats early on here in Biloxi. Great racing. What a drag race here early on. Big horsepower here heading to the front of the pack. That's about as deck-to-deck as it gets. Popeye, big horsepower change over the winners. Switch to the Stirling engines from the Mercury engines. Reliable with Tom Abrams and Jerry Gilbreth. A 40-foot skater powered by Mercury with the number 6 drives. Popeye, a Platinum 40 with the Stirling power. On board here at the start of the race, Pro Marine, the number 12, 39-foot Sism. John Tomlinson on the throttles, Todd Warner at the wheel. Brand new 39 Sism delivered right here to the race on Friday. Stirling powered Mercruiser drives early on in the race in the flat water off Biloxi. WHM just off to the left. Right on the right you see the Popeye. Very tight racing here in Biloxi, heading out towards the open water, but on the inside here, very close deck-to-deck racing. Unbelievable how close we are here, deck to deck here. Popeye and Reliable slight lead over Pro Marine here. Over 120 miles an hour heading out into the open water here. Spray coming back, making the turn, getting a little hosed down here. Lose a little vision for a second here. Popeye out to the lead now. Reliable back to second place. Pro Marine in third at this point. Looks like Pro Marine's going to make up some ground. Todd Warner, John Tomlinson moving forward. Stirling powered Sism. Trying to find a clean line. Todd Warner at the wheel. Pro Marine, number 12 Supercat.